The periodic table is like a giant recipe book for the universe. Just like a recipe book tells us what ingredients we need to make a cake, the periodic table tells us what elements make up everything around us. From the air we breathe to the ground we walk on, it's all made up of these tiny building blocks called elements. Each element is unique and has its own special properties. For example, oxygen is essential for us to breathe, while gold is prized for its beauty and rarity. But have you ever wondered where these elements come from? They don't just magically appear. Believe it or not, the elements that make up everything we see and touch were created billions of years ago in the fiery hearts of stars. Yes, you heard that right. Stars are like giant factories that churn out elements. So, how do these stellar factories work? Let's find out. Stars are like giant balls of gas, mostly hydrogen and helium. Deep inside these stars, the pressure and temperature are incredibly high. It's like a cosmic pressure cooker. Under these extreme conditions, something amazing happens. The hydrogen atoms, which are like tiny little particles, are forced together so tightly that they fuse together. This process is called nuclear fusion. When hydrogen atoms fuse, they create helium, which is a slightly heavier element. This fusion process releases a tremendous amount of energy in the form of light and heat. That's why stars shine so bright. But stars don't stop at helium. They can fuse heavier and heavier elements like carbon, oxygen, and even iron. It's like a cosmic game of building blocks where stars keep adding more and more pieces. Imagine a dance floor packed with tiny hydrogen atoms. They're all jiggling and moving around, bumping into each other. Now crank up the music and imagine the dance floor getting smaller and smaller. That's kind of what happens inside a star. The intense pressure and heat force the hydrogen atoms to collide with such force that they overcome their natural repulsion. It's like two magnets with the same poles trying to stick together. But when the pressure and temperature are high enough, something incredible happens. The hydrogen atoms fuse together, forming a new element, helium. This fusion process releases a tremendous amount of energy, like a tiny explosion. This energy is what makes stars shine so bright and hot. It's like a billion tiny hydrogen bombs exploding every second. And this process of hydrogen fusion is what keeps stars burning for billions of years. Stars like us have a life cycle. They're born, they live, and they eventually die. But their lives are far more dramatic and spectacular than ours. It all starts with a giant cloud of gas and dust called a nebula. These nebulas are like cosmic nurseries where stars are born. Over time, gravity pulls the gas and dust together, causing it to heat up and spin. As the cloud collapses, it gets denser and hotter, eventually forming a protostar. Think of it like a star in the making. Finally, when the pressure and temperature at the core become high enough, nuclear fusion ignites and a star is born. Section 5. Red giants, when stars balloon into cosmic giants. After spending billions of years fusing hydrogen into helium, stars like our sun eventually run out of fuel in their core. But the story doesn't end there. As the core runs out of hydrogen, it starts to contract under its own gravity. This contraction causes the outer layers of the star to expand outward, and the star transforms into a red giant. Red giants are much larger and cooler than their main sequence counterparts. They're like the grandfathers of the cosmos, their outer layers stretching out into space. During this red giant phase, stars can fuse helium into heavier elements like carbon and oxygen. It's like the star is trying to squeeze out every last bit of energy it can. Section 6. Supernovae, the universe's grand finale sparking life into the cosmos. For massive stars, their lives end with a bang, a supernova. When a massive star runs out of fuel, its core collapses under its own gravity, triggering a colossal explosion that can outshine an entire galaxy. Supernovae are the most powerful explosions in the universe. They release an unimaginable amount of energy and blast heavy elements into space. It's like the star is returning its building blocks to the cosmos, enriching the interstellar medium with the elements of life. These heavy elements, like gold, silver, and uranium, were all forged in the fiery furnaces of supernovae. Without these cosmic explosions, we wouldn't have the elements necessary for life as we know it. Section 7. Neutron star mergers, cosmic clashes that forge gold and platinum. When two neutron stars collide, it's a cosmic event of unimaginable power. These collisions create ripples in the fabric of spacetime known as gravitational waves, which were first detected in 2017. But that's not all. Neutron-star mergers are also responsible for creating some of the heaviest elements in the universe, including gold and platinum. The intense pressure and heat generated during these collisions are so extreme that they can fuse atomic nuclei together, creating elements that are heavier than iron. It's like squeezing two lumps of clay together with so much force that they merge into a single, heavier lump. So, the next time you admire a gold ring or a platinum necklace, remember that these precious metals were forged in the heart of a cataclysmic cosmic collision billions of years ago. Section 8. From the cosmos to us, the elements of life forged in the stars. Everything around us, from the air we breathe to the food we eat, is made up of elements that were forged in the hearts of stars billions of years ago. The carbon in our bodies, the oxygen in our lungs, the calcium in our bones, they all came from stars. We are literally made of star stuff. The atoms in our bodies were once part of a star that exploded billions of years ago, scattering its enriched guts across the cosmos. It's a humbling thought that connects us to the vastness of the universe. The next time you look up at the stars, remember that you're not just looking at distant points of light. You're looking at the cosmic kitchens where the elements of life were cooked up. Section 9. Conclusion: the universe, a symphony of elements. The universe is a vast and interconnected web of energy and matter. From the tiniest subatomic particles to the largest galaxies, everything is in a constant state of flux and transformation. The elements that make up our world, our bodies, and everything we know were created in the fiery hearts of stars billions of years ago. Through nuclear fusion, stars transform hydrogen and helium into heavier elements, enriching the cosmos with the building blocks of life. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember that you're not just looking at a sea of stars, you're looking at the legacy of stellar evolution, a cosmic symphony of elements that has been playing out for billions of years.